So what's the difference between a bad beginner GoHighLevel website that's going to get you no results and a pro GoHighLevel website that's going to get you clients and a lot of business? Let's take a look at some examples and let's break it down. Okay, so the first example is I found this graphic design template in the GoHighLevel library, and it's okay. Like, this is something okay for a beginner, but if we're selling graphic design, we have to convey it through our brand, we have to convey it through our colors, you have to convey it to the website. And so if you're looking at this website, it's not really inspiring, it's not making me want to book an appointment, it's not really conveying that value that this business may have. And so I found another example from another website, and this is what a pro website would look like. So it looks like these guys are graphic designers. So as soon as you land, you can see their text, you can see the color choices they made. It's kind of eye-catchy, makes you want to check out the rest of the website. It kind of conveys that trust that these guys know what they're talking about, that these guys know about graphic design, and it makes me want to book with these guys. Right off the bat, there's some cool animations, makes me want to keep scrolling, check out the rest of their website. So they have some really cool interactive stuff right here, some of their services. Now let's take a look at their designs. And so this is something really cool. This arrow here points down, it makes you want to keep scrolling and check out their designs, what they're all about, and some of their portfolio work down here. So really cool, like some of their animations, right? If you hover over, it kind of zooms in slowly. So it has that aspect as well. That makes me want to book an appointment with these guys. So if you see a boring website like this, it makes me not want to check out anything else. This just looks boring. Okay, so example number 2 is for a donut shop. And so this is another template that I found on the GoHighLevel library that I think looks like a beginner type of website. So when we land, it looks okay, it's easy to navigate, and it kind of gets the job done, right? So if we keep scrolling, we have a bit about our donut shop and whatnot, but I found a better version of a donut shop website, which is just way better. So if you look at this donut shop or bakery, it's just more eye-catchy. It has really cool on-color brands about their website, what they're all about, maybe some croissants, whatever it is that they're selling. The color choices are much better. And they're doing something really cool, which is you have to kind of keep scrolling down to keep reading. So it's like a really cool way to engage the audience. Like if you land on this website for the first time, don't know what it's about, you want to keep reading, right? You want to close that loop of curiosity. So they're using that in the way of their design, which I think is really smart. Another thing that jumps right off the bat is their color choice. Maybe it's like representing their brand really well. You can see this looks way better than if you look at this, right? This looks just kind of boring. It's not really showing me what your brand is all about, what your donut shop is all about. As a business owner, like, you want to represent your brand the best way you can, and I think these guys are really doing a good job. When it comes to navigation, I think it's very simple, and they're optimizing for the thing that matters most, which is their store. So you can pre-order through here, or you can sign up for a subscription, which is what we want. Now, the website looks great and all that stuff, but the main thing is optimizing for what we want to happen, which is getting sales. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is if you have a plumbing business. Let me show you a beginner type of website. So this one again came from the GoHighLevel library, and as you can see, it's nothing great. It looks a bit outdated. Now, this could have worked maybe a few years ago, but right now it's just not going to cut it. So think about it from a potential customer perspective, right? So if you're looking for a plumber in your local area and you're looking at a couple of the websites showing up on Google and you stumble across this website, it's not really giving me a lot of trust, right? You want to build that instant trust with the customer that whatever it is that you're selling, so plumbing in this scenario, you can actually deliver. And so if you're looking at this website, right, which looks okay, and you compare it with another website of another plumber in your local area that is just killing it, that is doing way better, the likelihood that you're going to book with this company is going to be much lower. So a couple of things here is that I can see the actual people doing the services, and it's very eye-catchy, right? I can see them working. It makes me build that instant trust. Something really cool they did with their design is having this cool header up here, which makes me want to instantly call them or send them a quick email. So they're optimizing for booking services, which is really important. And so if you look at this website, this just looks like something that is not great. It's not building a lot of trust. These photos kind of look like I found them online, whereas these guys are actually on the site working. They have their trucks. They're displaying their good work. I mean, these guys, for all I know, they could be doing a lot of that stuff as well, but they're just not showing it. And so it's not building that trust. And so this is kind of what a beginner website would look like compared to a more professional website. And then the last thing I noticed, which I think is really smart as designers, and if we're trying to get people to book free quotes, is having this up here, which is great, but as you keep scrolling down, you're checking their website and whatnot, you keep scrolling down, their services, you can always click here and get a free quote. So this is always fixed with the website, which I think is really smart, right? So if we keep scrolling down, it's still sitting there, which I think makes a big difference. And I think that's why these guys may be getting a lot of clients, is they're always optimizing for booking appointments, sales, and getting free quotes. And then they're optimizing up here as well, email, and then get a free quote. So they know exactly what they're doing. Okay, so let's take a look at digital marketing agencies, which is kind of what we do. This is what a beginner website would look like, right? So kind of boring, pretty standard. And it's talking about a bit about our story. We have logo up here, about our services, contact us, but it doesn't really stand out from the competition. A website should show about your brand and like what you do, services and stuff like that, but it should also help you stand out from your competition. And so if you're a marketing agency, you create websites, you do digital stuff, you do ads, you should really nail down your branding and your marketing so you stand out from the competition and you can beat your local competitors. And so this is kind of what a beginner website would look like, which is not bad. Like it gets the job done, but it's just not great. It's not pro. And so let's take a look at a couple pro websites. So when I landed on this type of website, it piques my curiosity, right? Like what's gonna say next? Okay, so they help with branding. They can help me with my website, so I can already see what they're all about. But because they're integrating stuff that is animated, it makes me want to keep watching. They also have this cool arrow down here that if I press, shows me some of their previous work. So I presume they do a bit of ads, they do some branding, that kind of stuff. They have a really cool layout, makes you want to keep scrolling, check out their services. And so this is just a powerful website. And so when it comes to websites like this, I'll definitely choose this type of marketing agency over this boring one. You know, subconsciously, you could also think that this is kind of outdated. And so people want to look into brands that are innovative, that show what they're all about through their brand. I found another good example of another type of agency. And so you can immediately see how different this looks from this type of website. Just through looking at it, I can already tell these guys are innovative. They're pushing. You know what you're doing. So it's conveying that trust that marketing agencies should have. If we scroll down a bit, right? So something really cool is like you kind of see their brand, a couple of the things they're all about. But if we keep scrolling down, you can see their value prop right up front, which is really cool. Consultancy, research, creative studio, those kind of stuff. Color choice is really good as well. Really easy to navigate. So if you want to get in contact with us, I can already just go here quickly. So these are just examples of what I see as a web designer that is different between a beginner website and something that is more advanced. And so what I always like to think about is if I'm a prospect for this specific type of service or business that I'm looking at, if I'm looking for marketing services, which of these two would I be more likely to book from, just from what I can see? And so clearly I would definitely choose this one. And so these are just a few examples of what I see as a web designer on GoHighLevel that I see that business owners are doing wrong. Unfortunately, a lot of websites on GoHighLevel look like this, and it just sucks because this type of website is probably not going to get you as many clients as you could if you invested a little bit of time into making it better. Hope you guys learned a bit more about web design. And if you're a business owner and you're looking to get a website for your business, click the first link. We'd love to help you out. And if you're an agency owner, click the second link and take a look at our websites as well. That being said, I'll see you on my next video.